Nothing is more comforting than a homemade carrot cake. And when you pour that silky cream cheese frosting over it and top it up with some almond nuts, this is just perfection. You slice into it, you get the moist carrot cake slice with the perfect crumb and those speckles of carrot. Look at that, very amazing. If you love this and you want to learn how to do it, stay tuned, like this video, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into this easy to follow recipe. First, you want to start prepping your ingredients. I recommend you use fresh carrots because it makes the cake super moist. So just grate those carrots and be careful when using a bus grater because these things can get on your finger and nails. So we just use that bus grater to grate 2 carrots, and when you're baking, I recommend you use your measurements in grams to get the perfect recipe. Grate that and make sure it's well grated till we have about 300 pounds, which is about 2 large carrots. And when that is done, I love the color of carrot. It just gives me that excitement of knowing that carrot cake is on the way. And you have that, you put that aside, and then you move over to your next ingredient. Next is my nuts, and carrot cake requires nuts. I'm using pecan today. You can also use walnuts. Some people also love using almond, but I'm using pecan today. I love that nutty taste it adds to it. You want to just chop it down to smaller bits. You don't want it too tiny like a fine powder because you want to have that crunch in your cake, a little bit of it, but you also don't want to leave it too big. So this size is okay, and I'm going to set it aside. We are going to move on to our dry ingredients. First, we have our flour, and we're going to add baking soda, baking powder, and salt to it. And we're also going to add our spices, our nutmeg, and our cinnamon. The details of the measurements will be in the description box. And guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, now is a good time to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When we're done with our dry ingredients, we move over to our wet ingredients. This is an oil-based cake, so we're going to start with some oil. Some people like to go half and half with oil and butter. That's also perfectly fine. I'm using 3 medium-sized eggs. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and then my sugar. We use a combination of white and brown sugar. This gives us a depth of flavor and also add color to it. I'm going to whisk this together. You have to whisk it properly. You can also use a hand mister for this, but make sure your sugar is well dissolved and thoroughly combined with the other ingredients before you add in your dry ingredients. If you're already subscribed to my channel, you can turn on your post notification so you know when I put out a new recipe. Now that it's completely dissolved, look at that color. It's already looking amazing and inviting. We're going to go ahead and then pour in our dry ingredients. Once you pour in your dry ingredients, you're not going to mix it all the way through, just halfway, because you don't want to over mix your batter. You mix it halfway through before you add in your nuts and your carrots, and I'll show you how. So I'm just going to combine this thing, just turn it like 2-3 times, just halfway through, just like that. You still want to see a bit of white flour on it. I'll add in my nuts, my pecan, and then my fresh amazing looking carrots into it, and we're just going to fold that in. This is when we complete the mixing process. Just fold it in. Try not to overmix because that will affect the crumb of your cake. So mix it together, make sure it's thoroughly combined, and then we'll transfer it to an already lined pan. You can use any shape of pan you like, but I'm making like a carrot loaf today, so I'm going to use my loaf tin for that. Look at that batter. It is looking moist, it's looking succulent. And now we transfer it to this line tin. It's important you line your tin. It is very makes it very easy to pull the cake out when the cake is all done. Look at that batter. I'm so excited. My son is standing next to me and he's jumping for joy because he knows this cake is going to turn out to be very amazing. If you've watched up to this point, thank you. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and click that notification button. I'm going to clean up my pan and then I will tap my cake on the table, the pan on the table, just to remove air bubbles, and I'll bake this in the oven 180 for 45 to 50 minutes. I'm going to be setting my timer for 45 minutes because today is a busy day for me. I am multitasking, so I need that timer to remind me that I have something in the oven. I'm sure you know how easy to forget something in the oven. And after 45 to 50 minutes, our cake is done. Look at that golden, gorgeous cake. This carrot cake is amazing. The aroma, the look of it. You pop it in the fridge to rest and cool down properly before we start coating it with our cream cheese frosting. I'm just using cream cheese frosting because I think it pairs well with a carrot cake, so you just scoop it generously in it. My cake is already level, so I don't need to cut out any part of it. If your cake is not level, you might want to level it before you do your cream cheese frosting on it. And I'm going to use my spatula to just spread it around. I need some more cream cheese frosting, so I'm going to pour that in. Be generous with your cream cheese frosting because I mean Christmas is coming, so we need all the love and all the deliciousness we can get. So you just use your spatula to spread it out evenly. Make sure it is evenly coated so that each slice of your cake will have an equal amount of cream cheese frosting on it. And if you think you need some more cream cheese coating on it, go ahead and add some more because at this point I added some more. Look at how silky that cream cheese frosting is looking. Make sure you get the edges of it. I'm not particularly doing any design on this cake, so just cover the top of it and make sure all the edges are evenly covered. And when that is done, I'll take some of my pecan and spread it on top of it. Look at that. It just adds that dimension to it. And when someone looks at it, it is inviting. They want to have a slice, one slice, or even more. I mean, who is counting? You spread that nut generously on it as much as you want. If you want just a little, you can also do that. So this is my nuts going on my cream cheese frosting. After this, I'm going to pop it in the fridge for about 20 minutes to make sure everything is settled before I slice into it. Let's have one more look. Let's have a round of applause for this cake. This is lovely. And now is the moment of truth to slice into our cake and see the inside of this cake. It looks amazing. You could see those speckles of carrot and nut peeking through the well moist crumb of the cake, and it just invites you. It calls your name to have a slice, to have a second one. You can serve this with a cold drink. You can serve it with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever you fancy. This is a good cake to make for your family. It's a good cake to make for guests, share with friends. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I want you to try it. Tell me in the comment section if you tried it and how you and your family loved it. And it's also a good recipe to save for Christmas. This is amazing. People will love this cake. So if you enjoyed this recipe and if you've watched up to this point, thank you for watching. I want you to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification. I post recipe every week and you will love it. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. See you in the next one.